Hi, my name is Gil Robertson, president of the African American Film Critics Association. Today, we are delighted to be talking with the stars of the upcoming Hallmark film, Tidings, for the season, Tamera Housley and B.J. Britt. We're going to kick things off by introducing you to the AAFCA members on the call today, starting with Penny Malloy Harper in New York, New York, Tamara J. in New Jersey, Derek Dunn in Washington, D.C., Dana Abercrombie in New York, New York, Jill Monroe in LA, Jaree, you're in Jersey too, right? I thought
Yes.
so. We have an East Coast crowd today. And Nancy Green out here with us representing Cali. I want to let you guys do what you do so well, and I'll see you on the other side.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back.
It's Adam Cade.
How can I help?
Mom.
He's America's #1 newsman.
What are you doing here?
Reporting live.
This holiday's top story.
You know you're the only anchor he watches, right?
Do you always wear so much makeup?
News anchor finds love and joy.
This is a merry coincidence. She's free tonight.
She says you're free.
Tidings for the season on Hallmark Channel.
And I just wanted to know, like, for you guys, how was it working on this film and what kind of got you excited about working on it? I mean, you know, it's Hallmark, it's Christmas, it's, you know, all of that stuff, but like what else really drew you to it?
Well, I had the pleasure of meeting BJ years ago. And we recently were bus partners on a Hallmark experience last Christmas. And we were on a bus from, oh goodness, I think it was DC. Wasn't it DC, BJ? To New York. And, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be by myself. I don't know if I'm going to know anyone there. What is it going to be like sitting next to someone? What if we don't get along or whatever? And BJ was my partner. We had so much fun. I thought that the drive went by fast, huh?
It did.
About our families, you know, our children, and your mother. I remember talking to you about your mom and our shared faith.
Yes.
So little did we know that an exec who a Hallmark exec was watching us, and she said, "That's our next Christmas film with those."
You didn't tell me this.
I didn't tell you.
No, you didn't tell me this.
Yep, it was Jen. Yep, yeah. And so I gotta say, our first day of work, it was just, for me, I just couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to see what the dance was going to be like. You know, you have an idea of who the character is when you read the script, and I have an idea of how I wanted to play Lucy. But it's always nerve-wracking, exciting, when you hear those words that you've read, you know, for about a month, and you're like, oh, okay, that's Adam. Huh? Right? I was like, okay, here we go. And we just had a blast. We laughed so hard. BJ has energy that I think is unmatched. I remember the first day I was like, is this real? Okay. For a very long time. Let's see how long he can keep this up. And he really is jovial. He has lots of light, and he works so hard. You right? I feel like I'm talking a lot.
No. I mean, everything that you're saying. I mean, I can, you know, spit it back at you. I mean, your reputation perceived it stuff. I mean, when people found out that you and I were working together, like Hallmark people calling me like, oh my God, you get to work with Tamera. Oh my God, you get to work. She is so sweet. She's so beautiful. She's so this. She's so that. So, I mean, just our conversation on the bus was so light. Like I get so full of joy when I get to share my my stories of how you and I worked together and how we met and how it just crossed over from the energy that we had from the bus just translated over to the film. And you really see in the film, like it was so beautiful. Like just to see her walk across the room in any scene, or just even if it weren't she, her smile lights up the room. She is.
Oh my gosh.
I will give you your flowers. Like, I mean, like we had talked about it before. Like I grew up watching you, and you are a light. Like what you see on TV and what you see or you hear about her, it is so true. And you saved me so many times on this set. Like, you know, because I'd be like, and you're like, B, you just give me a look. You know, I'm like, all right, we got this. We got this. And so
I remember he was so nervous, Nancy, so nervous on the first day. And I said, you remember what I said? I said, you're here for a reason.
for a reason.
I said, you walk in that room like you belong, because you do.
Yeah.
And we looked at each other.
Yeah.
We took a couple of breaths, remember?
Prayer. Say a little prayer.
Right. Yes. And
Yeah.
then action. And it was fun.
Yeah.
Ever
It was a
since.
lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun. I mean, you just sometimes you still get like, I can't believe we're doing this. You know, you
Right?
still get that, you know, like, I can't believe we're doing this. And then with you, like, I mean, come on. Like,
Well, I think that's the thing too, Nancy. We both approached the project with gratefulness,
yeah.
you know? And I've been working with Hallmark for about 7 years, and you've been working for them for some time too, BJ.
Probably true, but I'm the newbie. So I'm taking it.
And-
I'm following in
Um,
your footsteps, girl.
but we were just so grateful to be there, and I think that that translated. You know, there were no egos
No.
on this on this film, and every single film that I start, I like to start with gratitude, especially being in this business for over um whoop. Wait, sorry, I did the math. I didn't want to say.
She's like, about to do the math.
Oh my
Now,
gosh!
you're 33, so that means
Over 30 years.
yeah,
You
over 30 years. Yeah, you're only 33. So yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
I remember I tried to guess your age and I couldn't. But you go through your highs and your lows, and you've been in. I've been in. I don't want to say out, but I've been out of work for maybe 3 or 4 years of my career, and I know what that feels like. So I'm always grateful. The moment you hear, you know, it's a gift. So
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. So thank you for having my back.
of course, BJ, how about you?
Hi, my name is Penny. Nice to
Penny.
meet you both. I just wanted to know, because Hallmark movies are so special. So what are your must-haves on set to give you that holiday spirit, whether it's clothing or music or foods?
You know what? I'll actually, while you're thinking about this one, I mean, I've said it before, the set design, oh my gosh, incredible. Incredible. It puts you right in the mood. Like it feels you, as soon as you walk in, you're like, because you come in from outside where there's nothing, and then you walk into a room and then everything looks like Christmas. And it's like, wait, what? So for me, and I think a lot of the cast, you just have to walk in. Everything is laid out. The script is already so beautiful. So you could just pull from the page, and it's just, to me, it was magical just to walk in from like a barn, you know, like, or somewhere where the cast chairs were, where there was nothing. And then you walk around the corner and then there's
Yes.
Tamera's living room. Tamera's living room. You know, like,
very true.
Yeah,
Fun
exactly.
fact, we shoot these movies in usually the summer. So we have, you know, all these layers on and we're sweating.
Mhm.
You're like, here we go.
Yeah.
And you walk on the set, BJ, you took the words right out of my mouth. Literally, the set designers do it for you. You walk on, and it doesn't matter how hot it is. There have been times where it's been 100 degrees, and it doesn't matter. It feels like Christmas. From the trees to the fake snow that they have, it's beautiful, and it immediately puts you in the mood. I remember my first Hallmark film. I thought, okay, let me like add some like maybe Christmas lights in my trailer or listen to Christmas music while I'm getting, glammed, hair and makeup done. You don't have to do that. You can if you want, because all you have to do is just step on that set. And to me, it's addicting. I now, when summer rolls around, I'm like, I got to do a Christmas movie. What Christmas movie am I gonna do now?
But I mean, yeah, from the hot chocolate to the candy canes,
Yeah.
now you're eating like Christmas food. Doing
Gingerbread cookies.
Say
Yeah.
what? What'd you say?
The gingerbread cookies.
Yeah, it just puts you right in the mood. Like you can't help but just feel the love, the light, the joyfulness, the gratefulness. Like, so it does have to work for you. All you have to do is show up.
Just show up and be open.
Just show up and be open.
Even though you're hot.
Yes, sweat running down your back. Like, I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was delightful. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Tamera J for Noir Online. My question is for both you, Tamera and B.J. Tidings for the season centers around the message that good news and good stories deserve the spotlight. How does that speak to you guys personally?
Oh.
Okay, good. I'm gonna let you answer.
Okay, so I'm an Army brat, and so we had early mornings waking up, getting ready for school, and I remember headline news was always on our. Do you guys remember that? I don't know. Yes, it was always on, and I used to be like, oh my gosh, why is it so negative? We have to hear this all the time. It's just, this is the start of the day. So I could really resonate with the script that, and also just being like, I've said this on the reel too, like my DNA, I've been made to see the positive in everything. Not positive toxicity. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where you give me lemons and I will make some lemonade. And it's just like it's in my DNA. It's not fake. It's not, I know sometimes it could be perceived that way in such a negative world sometimes, That's why I loved this movie, because I do think it's important to tell positive stories. It's important to be the light, and focus on light in, sometimes where it's always dark, you know? So that's how I can relate to it personally. I was like, I love that this kid, Elijah, he's so sweet. He his character, well, my son in the film, it was his mission to be the light, and most importantly, pass that on, and show that it doesn't matter what is happening in the world, everyone can have a little spark of it.
Excuse me, I mean, you said it all right there, honestly. I mean, and just to piggyback on what you said, I mean, I've always been brought up to speak it and you'll see it, always positivity, never negativity, and so in this, like you said, with Elijah, the guy playing your son, he teaches Adam Cade that there's a better way to tell a story. There's a happier way, report on happier things. And it not only changes the people who view it, but it also touches you on the inside. And so with that happening, I also found like a better way to find my Christmas spirit again, and at the same time find love. And so it was just a beautiful, like, just roller coaster. Like, okay, wait, I think I like this. I think I like this. I'm loving this. And then you take off with the positivity. I mean, I couldn't say it better. You said it. You said everything that I was touching.
Aw.
Yeah, seriously.
Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Jerry with the TV Cave podcast. My question is for Tamera. Your character in the film is a single mother. So how did you build on that emotional foundation?
Whew. I mean, honestly, the homework that I did before, shooting the film was putting myself, or really allowing myself to feel what that would feel like. I do have an amazing partner. He helps me so much. I am able to be an actress and shoot these films all across the world because of my husband, and I'm grateful for that. So there were moments where literally, as I was bringing up my kids, I was like, "Dang, it's hard with two." So I can't imagine what it's like, being a single parent. So, my mom, she and my dad were in the army, and there were times when my dad would go off on leave, and then I would see, like, how that would affect her, the dynamic of our family. So I would put myself, and I literally would allow myself to feel what that feels like. And my main motive for Lucy was that, you know, I want the best for us. At the same time, I have my dreams, I have my aspirations, and we're going to do this for the both of us, but we don't need any outside sources to make us happy. As long as we're connected, we're together, I'm doing my best, my son is doing his best, we're good. We're okay. And I definitely wanted to give Lucy a level of gentle strength, because I believe that that's what it takes, to be a single mom. And also just as a mom too, you have your moments where you want to break down of, just, oh, I can't take it anymore. But at the same time, you have these eyes looking up at you, watching every single move. Um, you don't want to be truthful and untruthful in your experience. But at the same time, you don't want to put too much on your children. So that's why I say gentle strength. And yeah, so I wanted to tap into that.
Right. Thank you.
How's it going? Derek Gunn, reviews and done.
Hi.
How's it going? Just a quick question for BJ. So in terms of Christmas music, which song do you think correlates with your character's arc the best? Donny Hathaway, This Christmas, or The Temptations, Silent Night?
Ooh.
Oh, I go both. Maybe this with my character. Listen. Silent Night. We listen to as a family every single day of Christmas, like December 1 through listen. I'm telling we, even the bass, yeah, that whole little thing, yes, that's my favorite. But I would honestly say This Christmas would resonate with my character more because I just grew so much. My character grew so much from this little soul who, Robbie, Elijah, just finding Christmas again. And this Christmas will be a Merry, Merry Christmas because I learned so much through this kid of how to just report on happier things, and reporting on those happier things made me happier on the inside. So I wanted to report on something else that was happier. And then when my producer in the film was like, let's just, no, but we can do this. We can do this. So I would think that This Christmas would resonate a lot with my character, I think. Yes.
Thank you.
Now, are you going to sing Silent Night? Because if you do, we'll do it.
No, those days are over.
He's like, I thought we were going to sing it. I was going to be like, let's get it. Let's go.
Hi, Dana Abercrombie, the Coalition. My question is for both of you. We deal with a lot of perspective of how you view positivity. One person is focused on kind of the negative, and you have someone with the positivity. Can you talk about that internal change when now the negative is flipped into focusing on the positive, and for a positive person to kind of meet kind of that negative, not negative side, but the negative news and trying to dispel that, finding the balance between both within each other?
That is a very deep question. I love it. Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, see, I could really go on a tangent with this because my major was psychology. I believe that you can experience good, truly feel good unless you've experienced the opposite, like bad. And the key in life is finding that balance. Positive toxicity to me is when you don't allow yourself to feel something deeply because it's uncomfortable. So you refuse to, and you're like, you justify everything. Oh, it's good. It's fine. We're good. Whereas finding a balance is, this is what I love about my character, and also when she's opening herself up for love, it's she allows herself to feel like, and I did a lot of homework too of like, my character's divorced. So when she's talking about dating, she's like, nope, don't want to do that. I've been through that. So it's allowing herself to feel what that feels like. But then she's in charge of, I truly believe in, we choose to be happy. Like you have that power to turn that negative into that positive. And then that's when it becomes that balance. You're like, all right, this happened to me. It's not going to define me. I'm aware this is what it makes me feel like. I don't necessarily want to live in that, but I'm going to allow myself to feel that, so that when you choose joy, it's you own that, and no outside source can take that away. Does that make sense? That's a very psych.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever told you that, BJ. I graduated
No,
with
you didn't.
with a psych degree.
Doesn't
So,
surprise me. Doesn't surprise me. It doesn't
but
surprise me at all. There's nothing that Tam Tam cannot do. Honestly, I promise you.
yeah, hopefully there is. There are. Yeah, but,
No,
but
but
yeah,
you-
I think that's, so she allowed herself to feel that. But then when she met this man, she's like, okay, let me open myself up to some positivity because I'm going to choose joy this time, but on my terms.
It's like on my terms. I like that. Okay. I would just probably pull from the stories that I was reporting on in the film. I mean, we're talking about um, a bakery that someone started. You saw the film?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why have we not seen the film, Tam Tam? She's like, oh yeah, I know that. I remember that. I'm like,
I remember reading the script.
yeah, I remember reading the script, but I want to like see it because she's like, oh yeah, okay, I remember, yeah, yeah. But it's like, the negativity in that situation where somebody opened up a door to them and they fed them, so now they want to turn that negative situation to a positive and feed others during the Christmas holiday, And so just to touch on what you were saying, how with Tam Tam, you got to find that balance. And so I went from reporting on just all negative, negative, negative without a positive outcome to now reporting on the both and making it beautiful for the world to see, if that makes sense. Psych.
Good answer.
Okay,
Good.
psych degree, maybe a little bit. Okay, there you go, boom, there it is. I want to see the movie now, like seriously.
Thank you, Boo.
Thank you.
Hi, Jill Monroe, KBLA Talk 1580. My question to you, obviously you guys enjoy working together and there's great chemistry. See when you watch it. So from what you remember, what were some of your favorite scenes or moments, either filming with each other or just that you observed of the other while you were shooting that, you were just like, yeah, that's a really great moment?
I'll let her think on this. I'll tell you one that just instantly stuck out to me. So I lost my sister in a car accident, and a few years back, and there was a scene that we did in my place where Robbie's sleeping on the couch, and you come in, and we had this talk, and it got too real for me. You remember that? And I was like, "You're like, what was going on?" And that scene just got because I was opening up to her, and it just felt like we had known each other for so long. It just felt like it was just so meant to be in that instant, and I couldn't explain it, but I just had to pause in the middle of the scene, and it was just like, give me a moment, I'm good. She was like, whatever you need, and that's Tam will always have your back. But it was just the chemistry that we had, and just her love and her emotion and her gratitude. It just spills out in scenes, and that scene specifically for me, you said that just instantly like came into my head because I'll always remember that scene. Like it was such a beautiful beautiful scene. It didn't even call for that emotion, but it was so, it caught me off guard. Just being that connected in the scene with Tam, and it just, for me, that just, you know, it brought me back to like, cause we were decorating the house. Remember you guys had decorated my place. And my sister is big on Christmas. That's her favorite holiday. And so when you lose loved ones, Christmas isn't really the same anymore. And so for me, seeing all the decorations and seeing all that brought me back to when her house would always look like that, you know? And so.
Yeah, I remember that. It was so beautiful, and let you have your moment. I think it was when Adam and Lucy, I think what it was too is when Adam and Lucy, like, you felt that the characters, it was like it was connected. They were connecting. And that's what acting is, right? You're supposed to be in the moment. What I love, I'm trying to think, there were so many moments. I don't know because I haven't seen it yet, but there was I don't know if they kept this part in, but there was a scene where Elijah and I, Robbie and Lucy, we were talking about how, Adam, he's a gift to us, but he possibly is going to be moving away. And I was, talking about a tree. And I wasn't supposed to cry in this scene. But I couldn't stop crying. And Elijah, he just touched my cheek and wiped away my tear. And I was just like, like, oh my gosh, because as a mother, remember I spoke about this before, you kind of don't want to be, I know me, like too emotional sometimes and in front of your kids. You don't want to be too much. You want to be always the strong one. But in that moment, because I did my homework, I was like, no, this is a moment where it's okay for your children to see you vulnerable. Emotional intelligence is huge in my house. And so it was really cool to see the character Robbie or Elijah, just he made the actor's choice. How about that? I don't know if they kept it or not, but he made the actor's choice of recognizing, wow, my mom is really hurt. And I know she's trying to console me, but let me console her. And he didn't have the words, to say those exact things, but he did it with his choice of just wiping, a tear off. And he surprised me all the time because he's obviously a young kid, but he's quite the old soul, right, BJ? Like it's and he was so professional. Like he reminded me of my brother Taj. Taj, I always said when Taj was younger, if you're going to be in a scene with Taj, you have to be okay with him stealing it. Like it's just it is what it is. Go on, boo, do your thing. I am so grateful to be in your presence. And my brother's still the same way. He's so talented. He's amazing. And that's how I felt with Elijah. I'm like, dang, like he was always present, always on it with his lines. And such a joy and so connected. It didn't feel like we were acting. He was just so lovely.
Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more.
Thank you both so much.
Of course.
So there's a debate on social media of when people are supposed to put up their decorations. In your honest opinion, should it go up from before Christmas, so it could be decorations for Thanksgiving, or should it happen in December?
Tam already has it up. Tamera.
I do not already have it up, but at one point I did.
Exactly, I told you.
So this is my thing, and I know it may not be answering your question, but it's my answer to your question, okay? Too many Christmas brings them joy, right? So it's like whatever sparks joy.
Right.
If you want to put up your Christmas decorations, I have a friend who did it before Halloween, I'm just saying. But yep, I've done it before Thanksgiving, but what I did, I love interior design. You just like make it cohesive. So I had white pumpkins and like beige pumpkins with my burlap ribbon on my tree, and it looked great. And I had Thanksgiving dinner with a Christmas tree, and it was wonderful. So this is the way I answer it. Christmas is a season. Yes, it's a holiday. Yes, but to me, it's a season. So if you want to put up your Christmas tree before Halloween and it sparks you joy, I'm gonna say go ahead. Now, the only thing I will say is you gotta take it down like the 4th week in January. Okay.
Oh, the 4th week in January. Wow.
You can't. No, you can do it before. I'm just saying, like, I take mine down 1st week of January. But if it's the 4th week of January and you still got your Christmas tree up, like, I think it's time to take it down. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but if you put a lot of work into your tree, you want to see it like more
November. That is true. Okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give you that.
Like maybe mid-March is good to take it down, I think. Mid-March.
I gave you my opinion.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, at any time you can jump in, player, like mid-March. Mid-March, D?
Mid-March.
Mid-March? Okay.
Oh, mid-March, take your tree down. There it is. Okay, I got one of those anyway that just you pull out, and it just falls and then the lights are already on it. So it like, I know you're like, what are you doing? I know you're like, what are you doing? So the cleanup is easy, the put up is easy. It's just like, boom, fall out, lights, plug in. Let's do it.
Do you have Christmas pillows or?
Okay, so you pull it out the box. You let it. It's like, no Christmas pillows. No, I'm gonna do better this year. I promise you. After talking to you, I promise you I will do better this year, and I will have one.
I'm trying to think what will be easy. Just get you some Christmas ornaments. Just even one color. Just
one color.
One color. Just one color. Red.
Could I get some of this from Home Goods, perhaps? Maybe it'll.
Absolutely.
Done. Okay, yeah, there you go. She's like.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This question is for Tamera, but BJ, if you have an answer, jump in. You mentioned Elijah and his presence and his professionalism at his age. Is there something that you see in younger actors, being that you've experienced it, from their position, and now as an established actress, you are working with people in your same position? Is there a spark or things that you kind of see or touch on or remember from being that age and in the industry that sort of, it's a beacon to you or speaks to you?
Oh, well, I think that there are things that could be taught, and then there are some things that can't. And it's like that it factor. I feel, it's like it exudes from him. He may not know it yet, but it's like he's an actor for all the right reasons. You could tell when a kid is doing it just for attention or to get that reward at the end of the day, from their parent. And when a young actor truly is enjoying what they're doing, and they're motivated and determined to do it well. And I feel like that is what Elijah has, and I feel like maybe that is what defines that spoken kind of like it factor. He has it. And it's not like, hey, look at me, I'm cool, I'm on TV. No. It's this is fun. I love what I'm doing. It's a creative outlet. And that's what I mean. Like he may not be able, or maybe he can. I don't want to speak for him. But yeah, he just has it. And the big one, I will say, the parents. I always look at the parents to see how they are handling everything. Are they, is this what if the parent wants them to do? Or is this something that the child truly wants to do? And that is what I saw in little Elijah. And I told him, I said, if you choose to keep doing this, wow, you are gonna just wow. The sky is the limit. And the thing is if he chooses to do it, if this is what he wants to do. But yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome. He has great parents. So to finish that thought, he has amazing parents.
Dad was right there every day.
Yep.
Mom,
And mom. They would alternate back and forth. And yeah, they weren't too much on him, but also very protective and
beautiful stories.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful experience on set.
It was so smooth.
Yes.
It was really smooth in all aspects.
Derek, done again. Just another quick question for Tamera. So you mentioned earlier how this project came about working with BJ and being a Hallmark regular for as long as you've been doing stuff with Hallmark. Is there anyone that you haven't worked with yet that you want to work with on a Hallmark Christmas film?
The obvious would be my sister. Like, we have not done a Christmas film together. I would love to do a Christmas film with her. Yeah. I would love to. It would be a dream. We haven't acted together in a really long time. You know, we kind of went our ways. She does her thing, I do mine, and we just did the timing was right to do a Christmas commercial together, and it just brought so many amazing memories. And the coolest thing about working with my sister, I will say, is, I mean, the chemistry is it's magical. Like, because we're two different people, but we're the same. And so she'll say something, we don't even have to think about it, and then I'll respond. And I'm like, oh my God, that was so much fun. And so it never truly feels like work with her. And I think Christmas is so magical in and of itself. The season and the holiday, doing a Christmas film with her would be just, oh my gosh, it would be so much fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Derek.
Jeree again. I was going to ask BJ about Adam's journey, and it feels like he's rediscovering authenticity, right?
Okay.
And how do you, as an actor, keep your own sense of authenticity? But you've been so funny. I also wanted to ask you, I feel like you've done this, maybe I'm wrong. How many times did you sing the Sister Sister theme song while on set?
No, I didn't.
You did it? I'm shocked.
I was just in awe. Like when I saw her, it was just like when we met in Vancouver. Remember, when she was getting out, you were getting out the van, and I was like, oh, I immediately just ran to hug. She's like, BJ, and so we just hugged, and like I didn't get a chance to sing the song, but just keeping the authenticity. I mean, it's just from my, the way that I was raised up. I mean, a lot of people up here are from the East Coast, correct? I think we talked about, I'm from North Carolina. I'm a country boy. Like, I'm from Wilson, North Carolina, like country, like, and so I think being raised in like a small town, I feel like I'm about to say a Hallmark movie, like being raised in a small town, no, but my family, my parents just, they believe in discipline and, and believe in just, doing what's right because it's the right thing to do, not because you're going to get anything, from it or a reward from it. And I think that's one of the things that I hold dear to my heart now, going through life, it's just something that I've never, you know, you might stray away from it a little bit, but you know, it's your roots, it's in you know, it's in you, so it's gonna bring you back, and I think that's what keeps me hopeful. I'm just thinking about the many whoopings I got as a kid. That's all I'm laughing right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, my mom would be like, "Did you tell her that it was because of me that you're the way that you are? You're." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, Dad, yeah, okay, cool." So I have to shout them out for that. Yes,
Thank you.
of course, of course.
Hi, Dana again. Kind of jump off of Jerry's question of authenticity for both of you. I was wondering how much does costuming, being involved in the styling of the character, play into finding who they are within that script? And did it come into play with this movie?
Everything.
That is such a good question. I don't know about you, BJ, but for me, whenever I'm trying on my clothes, you know, like you're getting the wardrobe together,
Uh-huh.
to me, it has to speak to the character when
Gotcha.
when I have
Yes.
it on.
Mhm.
And I have to say, you know, I've been in a lot of, you know, hair salons, so I know how hairstylists are, how they dress. And I wanted her, they're always like dressed up. Like, I mean, they look good, usually the ones that, you know, I go to. Um and I wanted to make sure that she was, you know, the network had talked about what does you know, her salon look like, what kind of salon it is. I said it doesn't matter what it looks like. um it's how she feels. It could be the most pristine, it could be the most non-pristine hair salon, but for Lucy, she's going to make sure she looks good, because when she looks good, she feels good. That's usually, you know, and hairstylists,
Look good to feel
they
good,
right, they
yeah.
have that gift of when they're doing someone's hair. If and that those were the thoughts that, you know, I was, when I was doing, again, the homework. I love doing the homework as an actor. It's my favorite part. um you know, that's the gift. Whoever you have in your chair, you want them to feel their best, right? So that they can go out and take on the world. And I'm a true believer of when you look good, you feel good. So I wanted to make sure that that was portrayed in her clothes. Yeah, she wasn't going to just be in a t-shirt and in jeans. And to be honest, I had to fight for that. I really did.
Okay.
I had to fight for that. But I fought for the character, and I fought for my experience um, going to a hair salon and what my hairstylist looked like. So
Go ahead, girl. I think for me, it definitely puts me right into the character. Like O'Neill was our wardrobe head, and
love.
yeah, this man kept me in the suits. Listen, if you see me on like the carpet or something out in these suits that you see in these movies, I said, I want whatever you can give me. I said, whatever you can give me, I want it. He's like, I got you. Don't worry about it. I came home with an extra bag of clothes just from this movie alone. But I mean, he's, you know, I have, you know, say, what would you didn't take anything? I mean, I didn't, no, I'm saying I didn't take anything. He didn't give me anything. He didn't, damn. But I mean, getting into character, because this guy has suits and I want his suits to be like, you know, fitting and, you know, nothing baggy, everything looking on point, everything looking sharp. He's on TV, he's in front of the world on a regular basis. So everything has to be, you know, and there were times where I felt like I'm very picky when it comes to wardrobe. I'm very, very picky when it comes to, like, you know, because I want it to, it's not about me. I want it to be spot on with the character and certain thing. And I felt like certain times I might have said, can we just take it in a little bit? You know, I was just like, you know, and then at one point he was like, yes, I'm gonna take it in. Don't worry, you don't even have to say it. Like, okay, perfect. But yeah, it definitely gets you into character for me. Any role that I do, especially with this, the character Adam Cade, definitely, all about the wardrobe, all about the wardrobe.
BJ and Tamera, thank you for a wonderful time and a wonderful movie. This, I mean, really is a great way to bring in the holiday season. So from us to you, we appreciate it, because you know, it's such a special time of the year, and it's always good to, you know, films like this just commemorate the season in a wonderful way. So on behalf of the world's largest group of Black film and TV critics, thank you again for today. And thank you, folks out there, for watching this edition of AAFCA Roundtables. Have a great day.
Guys, and happy
Merry
holidays.
Christmas. Thank you guys for having us. Thank you.
Absolutely.